Alien Earth cannot keep getting away with this. They can't keep getting away with it because they blue-balled us again with an action-packed episode that ended on an insane cliffhanger. And we're not in space, so my neighbors can definitely hear me scream, but that's what I'm talking about. That's why Wendy's the GOAT. The GOAT! But if you couldn't already tell, I just got done watching episode 7 of Alien Earth, and so much happened in this episode. So much drama, so much suspense, so many crazy reveals, twists, and xenomorph bloodlust. And I'm going to be giving you my honest, spoiler-filled thoughts of the episode, so if you're not trying to be spoiled, make sure you drop a like, follow, but come back after because I do need to hear your thoughts. But either way, me and you know what we got to do. We got to talk about it. First things first, for some peace, Uncle Phil. But for real, we pick up this episode with Slightly having Arthur's body that's been engulfed by a facehugger. It just wanted a hug, bro. And unfortunately, Smee walked into a crime scene, so now he's an accomplice, and they try to get Arthur the fuck up out of there. Meanwhile, the lab is on lockdown while the xenomorph is just fucking aura farming, pose farming. Look at this motherfucker trying to manufacture some aura. Like, you already look cool. You ain't got to pose. Like, that's just overkill. But the boy Wonder, he didn't like what happened here. Not one bit. And Kirsch is easily my favorite character in the show after this episode because he just don't give a fuck, bro. He's that dude who fucking hates his boss and does shit his own way. He's like, why did your dumbass synthetic have a kid do this by himself? And he was like, he didn't do this by himself. This was sabotage. Check the tape. And after they review the film, they see the moment in which the octopus puts his D1 instigating rage baiting skills on display. And that's when Cavalier realizes this one's obviously smarter than the rest, so we need to put him in self-containment. Meanwhile, Wendy pops out and notices that Toodles is now... And now, all of a sudden, she realizes they don't have their best interests at heart. Because it was just so crazy how Cavalier quickly was like, whatever, $8 billion down the drain, who cares? Like, that wasn't a child in that body, fucked up. And you could just see the moment of realization on Wendy's face. And there's a lot of these type of shots in this episode, more on that in a second. But she realizes what she has to do now. As the xenomorph's in its cage, like, let me out, mommy. Mommy, Milky. I sound like my son. But that's when Joe comes to try to comfort Wendy, but also tells her about the plan to get the fuck up out of there. He tells her that all the tracking has been shut off so she can bring whoever the hell she wants. Let's get the fuck up out of here. She's able to get Nibs to join along, but Curly's like, I'm staying back. But Wendy makes her promise that she will not snitch on him. And that's when Wendy gets a glimpse of the TV and starts doing some shit to it, getting her poltergeist on. And this is the moment when Wendy really locks the fuck in this episode and is like, nah, no holds bar no more. As she unlocks the cage to the xenomorph, free my son. He definitely did that shit, but free him anyway. As he just fucking kills everyone in the lab. Meanwhile, we pick up with Dame looking at photos of Arthur, realizing that she fucked up. Ladies and gentlemen, don't ever pick your job over your loved ones because they will drop you in an instant. And that's when Cavalier cavalierly tells her, did you have anything to do with the fact that they have their chips turned off? Are you involved with this plot to sneak my kids off the fucking island? But obviously, she ain't do shit, and even if she did, I don't think she would snitch. Just like the best character in this fucking show, Kirsch catches Smee and Slightly dragging Arthur's body with the facehugger on it and helps them get the fuck out of there. Tells them to go to the beach. And by the way, this is the split diopter shot for the show. Oh my goodness, it is muy magnifique. The filmmaking in this show is just so fucking enticing. But Kirsch got more up his synthetic sleeve. Meanwhile, Nibs, Wendy, and Joe travel through the woods of Neverland, but they stumble across something very interesting. Their actual dead bodies as Joe uncovers